3 warnings, yet nothing was done. That's the accusation levelled at management of a daycare centre after a worker inappropriately touched a child. It's left families feeling betrayed. Tonight, our special investigation. Why wasn't it reported immediately? And why were red flags ignored?
Have you got anything that you'd like to say to the parents of the daycare centre?
No. Can I not say anything, please?
Did you touch any of the children there?
Can I not say anything, please?
Did you say anything to them?
No. Can I not say anything, please?
Do you have anything to say to these parents?
I feel tired.
Would you say you're a creep? Would you say you're a pervert?
I don't know what I'm saying now.
Are you a sex pest?
He's the man parents paid to keep their children safe. Kwok Fu Tong, or Alex, a casual early childhood educator. September 3 last year, news crews at the Only About Children childcare centre at Seaforth on Sydney's northern beaches.
A childcare worker is tonight behind bars after he was charged with allegedly touching a child on the northern beaches.
This is how parents discovered a child had been touched sexually.
To find out that they had this creep of a man just hovering around them, it makes you feel sick.
Speaking out is a mum whose children attend the childcare centre. At her request, we won't identify her, and we've changed her voice and name. Multiple parents have come forward to share their stories, most though too nervous to be filmed.
We eventually found out what had happened. Not at all with the childcare centre, because they didn't say anything. Couldn't call them, couldn't get onto them.
What were you told?
We were told that a child had been sexually assaulted. That was what we were told. You don't know what level of sexual assault that is. You don't know whether that child's been taken into a bathroom. You don't know whether that child's been raped. As soon as you hear sexual assault, you just feel sick.
Tong has pleaded guilty to sexually touching a child under the age of 10 at OAC in September last year. According to court documents, a colleague reported Tong after witnessed him tickling a 3-year-old's groin and rubbing his bottom.
What was your thoughts when you first found out?
I just remember breaking down. My partner called me and we were both hysterical on the phone. We were just questioning, how could this happen? And how could this person have been allowed to be with our kids? I felt like I'd let my kids down by taking them to this daycare centre.
Was there a point where you weren't sure if it was your child or not?
I knew it wasn't our child because we were told that within the few hours the parents of that child had been informed. But that doesn't eliminate the question as to whether our child was also involved. Has this person changed his nappy and has he touched him inappropriately then? The thoughts that go through your head, you just feel like throwing up. Still to this day, we don't know if our child was impacted by this man.
Shockingly, there were warnings about Tong. Court documents revealing he had been reported to childcare management 3 times. In July last year, a colleague complained after witnessing him kissing children on the head, placing them on his lap and hugging them. A short time later, 2 more workers made similar reports.
Imagine hearing that as a parent, that the childcare centre that you trust your kids to go to has allowed a casual educator who's previously been warned to come and look after your kids.
Is there an excuse for that?
No, there's no excuse for that. You should be checking that. How does that get through?
Tong has been working across multiple Only About Children centres since 2022. In a witness statement, Tong's colleague described his behaviour towards mainly male children as concerning, saying he often kissed them and changed their nappies when he'd been instructed not to. It was more than a week after the incident before Tong was stood down and police alerted. Detective Superintendent Linda Howlett from the Child Abuse Squad.
Mandatory reporting is an obligation by people who work with children, either professionally employed or even as a volunteer, to report suspicious activity to the police in regard to possible criminal offences committed against a child.
Is it acceptable for childcare centres to be investigating internally?
It is a criminal offence not to report to the police. I would advise people not to report to the childcare centre and contact the police directly. It is an offence because they are mandatory reporters. They don't have the skills or ability to conduct their own investigations, and it also provides a level of comfort to the parents to know that the police have been told about the incident and are doing a thorough investigation.
Has this done damage to your family?
Yeah, I would say it has. It's just awful because you're sitting there thinking, has my kid been felt up by this creep? You don't have an answer.
Tong was arrested 1 month after the offence. He has since been granted bail.
People are calling you a creep?
No.
People say that you're a creep? A pervert? Your parents are losing sleep, they're traumatised, they're figuring out how they're going to tell their children, they're figuring out how they're going to talk to their children.
A lot of things happen, but...
Can you tell me what happened?
No, can I not say anything because I just feel like it's hard.
You feel tired?
Yeah.
Well, you've caused a lot of harm, Alex.
We put a lot of trust into the people who care for our children. We have to. And most of the time, we know they're happy and safe. But here, at Only About Children in Seaforth, that trust was broken. Police also allege the centre knew about the child abuse and did not report it for 8 days. It could be a criminal offence. Now, a childcare director, Harry Cho, has also been charged with failing to reduce the risk of child abuse.
What can parents be doing to protect their children?
I'd be checking to see whether they've got CCTV that you can actually tap into and look at during the course of the day. And this is protection not only for the childcare centre but also peace of mind of parents. If the childcare centre is doing the right thing, then they shouldn't be concerned about having CCTV. I will also, as a parent, look at the demeanour of my child when they came home, look at any unexpected injuries the child might have, any rashes the child might have, anything that's out of the ordinary in relation to the behaviour of their child.
The CEO, Anna Learmonth, all but apologising for OAC's failings. In this email to parents, she writes, "I know that we could have done much better. We are always looking for ways to improve and want to regain trust."
I will say we owe it to the full-time educators there. They're the ones who pointed him out.
Tong will be sentenced next month.
You don't know what you're saying?
Makes you feel sick, doesn't it? And Only About Children has now apologised for the distress the incident has caused families. They tell us Harry Cho, the director charged, is no longer employed by the business.